Okay, Assalamualaikum. So we are from Group K and today we are excited to present our group assignment on fundamental study of local business under the subject ACC407. So we conduct an interactive interview with a promising micro enterprise named Serasi. Over the next few minutes, we will share our analysis on the business background, its activities, operational characteristics, and its recording system. Let's begin with introducing the team member behind this project. So first, my name is Ilana Sofia, and our next member is Amiza, and following her is Alida, and the last one is Ain. Let's explore the background of Serasi. The business official operates under the name Serasi, which was established and began operate in April 2025. Structurally, it is registered as a sole proprietorship, meaning it is owned and operated solely by one individual. The starting capital was between Rm 115 to 215, contribute from the owner personal saving, which show a lean, low overhead starting scale. Moving on business activity, Serasi produce and sell gourmet chilled dessert. Their core collection are their premium cake batik and cheese curd. They have been expanding their flavor option continuously. For instance, they have introduced a premium matcha cake batik alongside their classic chocolate ganache. For the cheese curd, they feature various attractive biscuit topping like Oreo and Lotus biscuit. This slide shows actual visual example of how these delicious dishes are packaged, reinforcing their high aesthetic and premium quality. Location-wise, this business operates fully online and is run from a residential home located in Parit Tanjung Piandang, Perak. On this slide, we outline the primary characteristics of Serasi. First, their main product is their best-selling cake batik, which a new matcha flavor quickly becoming a top menu addition. Second, they run a 100% online-based model using pre-order, utilizing Google Form to manage and verify orders systematically. Third, for marketing, they rely heavily on organic social media reach, primarily WhatsApp status, Instagram story, and word-of-mouth recommendations among friends. Lastly, they operate on a micro scale which obsolete zero debt, keeping their business low risk and entirely self-funded.
Hi, I'm Siti Norai binti Hasbullah. Next, I will explain the classification of business items for Serasi. In accounting, business transactions are generally classified into 5 main categories, namely assets, liabilities, capitals, revenue, and expenses. This classification is important because it helps businesses record transactions systematically and prepare accurate financial statements. By classifying each transactions correctly, business owners can monitor their financial position, measure performance, and make better business decisions. I will now explain each category based on the operations of Serasi. Assets refer to resources that are owned and used by Serasi to support production and sale of desserts, helping the business generate future income. For Serasi, assets can be divided into 2 categories, which are non-current assets and current assets. Non-current assets are long-term assets that support business operations over several years. Examples include the mixer, banking equipment, and kitchen utensils. These items are essential in producing desserts and are not intended for immediate sale. Current assets, on the other hand, are assets that are used or converted into cash within a short period. Examples include cash from customer payments, raw materials inventory, and packaging materials. These assets are important because they ensure the smooth daily operation of business and support the production process. Liabilities represent obligations or debts that a businesses owes to outside parties, such as suppliers, banks, or creditors. Based on our findings, Serasi Manis currently has no liabilities because the business does not obtain bank loans and does not purchase supplies on credit. Instead, all business purchases are paid directly by the owner using personal funds. This indicates that the business operates without relying on external financing, which reduces financial risk and avoids additional costs such as interest payments. Capital refers to the fund or resources invested by the owner into the business. For Serasi Manis, the business starts with an initial capital of approximately 150 ringgit to 250 ringgit contribute from the owner's personal funds. In addition, the owner also contribute business equipment such as a mixer, which can be considered an additional capital contribution because it provides value to the business and supports production activities. Capital is important because it serves as the foundation for starting and operating the business, especially during the early stage before the business generates sufficient revenue. Revenue represents the income earned from the business's formal operating activities. For Serasi Manis, revenue is mainly generated through the sales of batik cake and matcha batik cake, which are the business' main products. The business also receives revenue through customer pre-orders, where customers place orders and make payments before the products are prepared and delivered. Revenue is a key indicator of business performance because it shows the ability of the business to attract customers and generate income from its products. Expenses refer to the costs spent in running the business and producing income. For Serasi Manis, expenses include the cost of raw materials such as flours, eggs, butter, chocolate, and matcha ingredients used in production. Other expenses include packaging costs, delivery expenses, electricity used during the baking process, as well as marketing and promotional expenses through social media platforms. These expenses are necessary for the daily operation of the business. By monitoring and controlling expenses effectively, the business can improve profitability and ensure long-term sustainability. In conclusion, Serasi Manis classifies its business activities into assets, liability, capital, revenue, and expenses. Proper classification of these items help the business maintain accurate accounting records, evaluate financial performance, and support better decision-making for future growth.
I'm Alvida Sofia binti Rasmizan, and I will present about a current process in accounting system in Serasi Manis business. First of all, the first process is source documents. The business did physical purchase receipt for raw materials from supermarket and bakery shops. Although also are recorded through Google Form and WhatsApp as proof of order. Other than that, no normal sales invoice or receipt are prepared for the customer. Second process is order and payment collection. Customer place orders and make payments via cash or online transfer. Orders are only confirmed once the payment is received. This process will reduce the risk of order cancellation and unpaid orders. The, the third process is posting calculation. The business calculates cost per container of cake. The business also regularly checks raw material prices to ensure that products are sold at the right price. It will help to prevent financial loss in this business. The next of recorded process is recording transactions. The owner is responsible for recording and maintaining all financial records. Transactions also record in a manual logbook. This record includes data sales from customers, the charge for the delivery, and total cost for raw material expenses. This recorded transaction will help the owner track business income and expenses. Next is timing of recording. Timing of recording is the specific time when information is entered. In this business, the owner opens pre-orders once a month, usually at the beginning or end of the month. Customer orders are collected during the pre-order period. The owner will record costs immediately after receiving all payments from the customers. And this shows that the business transactions are not recorded daily. Finally, separation of funds. The owner does not separate personal and business bank accounts. This can affect the accuracy of financial records because personal and business transactions are mixed together. As a result, it becomes difficult to track business income and expenses clearly.
So my name is Amiza. Now I will explain the strength of Serasi Manis in terms of its accounting and financial management practices. The first strength is accurate cost calculation. The owner carefully calculates the cost of each dessert container before setting the selling price. This helps ensure that the business can cover its costs, avoid losses, and maintain a reasonable profit margin. The second strength is the order verification system. Serasi Manis use Google Form to collect and confirm customer orders. This system helps reduce order errors, improve organization, and ensures that customer requests are accurately recorded. Another strength is regular market price monitoring. The owner frequently checks the price of raw materials such as ingredient and packaging. By doing this, the business can better manage costs and make necessary adjustment to pricing strategies when market conditions change. In addition, Serasi Manis practice proper record keeping. Purchases of raw materials are recorded in a logbook, and all purchase receipts are retained as supporting document. This provide evidence for business transaction and help maintain organized record. Lastly, the business perform continuous record updates. The owner regularly updates records of raw material purchases, making it easy to track expenses and monitor the financial activities of the business. So despite this strength, there are several weaknesses that can be improved. The first weakness is the mixing of personal and business fund, which is the owner sometimes use personal money for business purpose and vice versa. This makes it difficult to determine the actual financial performance of the business and may affect financial accuracy. The second weakness is the rising cost of raw material. The increasing prices of ingredients and packaging materials have become a challenge for the business. As a result, profit margins may decrease and operating costs may increase. Another weakness is the lack of sales invoice record. Although purchase receipts are kept, sales invoices are not maintained. This can affect the completeness and reliability of financial record. In addition, the business use a manual recording system, which is financial transactions are recorded in a physical logbook, which increase the risk of human errors and makes information retrieval less efficient. So the final weakness is the absence of a separate business bank account. Personal and business transactions are handled through the same account, which may complicate financial management and reporting. In conclusion, Serasi Manis demonstrates several positive accounting practices, including accurate cost calculation, proper record keeping, and regular monitoring of expenses. However, there are still areas that can be improved. Separating personal and business finance, maintaining complete sales record, and adopting a digital accounting system would help improve the efficiency, accuracy, and reliability of financial management. So thank you. That is all from us. Thank you for listening.